What's going on, YouTube? Long time no see. So I now have a mic to hopefully cut down on the breathing aspect. I noticed in a lot of the previous videos that you could hear me pretty much heavy breathing, which was annoying to me, so I can assume that it was annoying to a lot of people. But as you can see, we are in Dave's barn here. We are upstairs because we are taking a pause on the boat. So the last video you guys saw, we were working on the motor. After we got done with that, we just kind of stepped away just because Dave had other stuff going on, and unfortunately I fell and broke my wrist. And since I broke my wrist, I wasn't really able to work on anything. As you can tell, I needed surgery, and in the process I found out that I was diabetic. So we took kind of a pretty long pause. We were going to be hoping to get back into everything when the winter hit, and then New York just decided to prove that it was New York again and just decided to not let us do anything with how cold it was. So now that the weather is starting to break a little bit and it's getting a little bit warmer, Dave contacted me because he wanted to start work on his Camaro. So I showed this once before. This is an 84 Camaro. And Dave, this was Dave's and his wife's first brand new vehicle. And it's been sitting in the barn for quite some time here. When I was a little kid and I first saw this, I fell in love, mainly because I liked Camaros. But it was kind of the first sporty car that I've ever seen. So last week, since it was our first week back, I didn't really record, but we worked on getting the impact bar here off. That took us about 5 hours to do. Well, not the whole thing. We talked for probably about a good hour. Then we started work on it, and it just took forever. The bolt that was right here was just all it did was spin. And we couldn't figure it out. We tried everything that we could until we switched to the other side, and both bolts came off fine. I was able to torque the bumper just enough to get the bolt to stop spinning, and we got everything off. The other bolt that was next to it, the washer broke, so we just kind of pulled it through, which I would show you it, but it is currently covered at the moment. But for a New York car, there's not a lot of rust back there. The impact bar itself, the hangers don't look too good, but we're not sure if we can replace those or not. So we might just end up painting them, try to do a rust correction and go from there. But I'm not sure how much I'm going to be able to show everything. I do have a new tripod. It's dedicated for phones, but it's a little guy. I'm going to try and set it up in the corner and see if I can, get you guys a good overview. I just don't know how well it's going to do. But so the project is a tip over jig. So what this is supposed to do is you connect one part here to the rear impact bar where it was, and then the other one goes up to the front bumper. And what it's going to do is allow us to tip, like literally tip the car onto its side. Kind of like how the boat was when we were doing when I was doing the riveting underneath. Instead of just supporting it from the ceiling, it's going to actually be on a little bit of a jig to hopefully stabilize it and be on its side. So that way Dave can go underneath the car and kind of do all the body work that needs to be done underneath, and not have to worry about, sparks or anything going into his face. Especially since the wood flooring is so old that we don't want to catch that on fire and burn down Dave's barn. So it should be pretty fun. Dave did a little bit of work. I'll have some videos from him to throw in this video as well. I'll probably put them in after this, since it'll kind of be since it's kind of like a prelude of what we've been doing since he already did the work. So that'll be a nice little view of some of the stuff that he was doing and what he was talking about. And then I think today we're primarily going to get this bolted up and then do some more work on building the main platform. And then I think we might clean along the side. Sorry. Then I think we might clean along the side to be able to get to the front there. But Dave also has a mic on him.
Hello.
So you guys can actually hear Dave's commentary because it's usually pure gold. And I felt bad for not being able to capture it all the time. But now we should be good. I'm just going to try and figure out a good location to put the camera so, that way you guys can kind of see everything that's going on. Because we have Dave's shelf here that I have the camera at now, to where I think that'll be good, but I also don't quite know if I want to put it there or do it elsewhere. So we'll kind of figure it out. But stay tuned, and let's get back into working on something that we kind of enjoy doing. Stay tuned.
All right, starting to build a tip-out jig for my 84 Camaro, third generation Camaro. A little bit trickier than the F bodies and such. Putting the back mounts where the bumper goes. So I'm a little bit ahead where I should have started, but I'm sure Scott will edit this in so that it makes sense. But I'll take another video once I pull this off. But I'm starting to build the build out. I didn't realize I had this big lip here, so I'm gonna have to build it out a little bit more than I initially anticipated. So I've just got the starter 3/4 plywood in there right now. It was a pain in the butt getting the bolts out of the bumper. They're like back in there. Of course, these two on this side, they're right where the washers are there, holding the plywood in. 2 bolts on each side are kind of a pain in the butt to get out. Of course, that side was the pain. This side, they came right out. I got the wooden blocks screwed from the inside so that I can take them back out once we're done. But I'm using it to kind of build out the spacing, and then I'll attach a 2x6, and here's more of my pieces. So I got to build it out about 3.5 inches from this bar, and I'm going to use the 2x6s over there to do the main support that runs horizontal. So I'll pick you up in a few minutes here. All right, this is the second part of the build for the tip over jig. I didn't mention the plywood's necessary to come over this indentation here on both sides where it comes out. And initially I thought I'd just have to go past the edge here. But like I said before, this part here, in order to put the plywood here, it's got to come out over this. So plywood will be what you're tipping it onto. So I have to build it out further. Here I used a thick piece of plywood. It's almost 2 inches thick, but you could use a couple of 2x6s or 2x10s, and that would be enough build, because this is about 3.5 inches out from the edge of the car. Would be enough to build it. So how I'm attaching now is just with screws. I'm trying to put them far enough out that they're not interfering with the holes. I'll drill holes when I get this all together so that I can bolt it to the frame there where the bumper used to be. Same thing here. I just clamped it there's a little edge down here on the car. Oops, sorry. And I think that's a straight edge because it kind of goes across the bumper supports there. So I was trying to line this these two boards up even with the edge there, just so that I'd have something when I attach the final 2x6. It'll be straight or level with the car, whatever, because almost like our boat project there. No straight angles anywhere, but I think these two are straight. So hopefully that'll be level with the car, so that when we tip it, it'll just balance back on the jig there. So yep, as you see, I just clamp it and then put some wood screws through to the plywood on the back there. So I'll give you another shot when I put on the 2x10s or whatever they are. All right, just took the board off, and here's what we started with. Those are from the bumper. Here's where the screws came through to hold that in place. But then there's a lip here that you have to clear. That's why we put the 3/4 plywood on first. And then, like I said, the boards to extend it past the bar here. It's the other side. And like I said, I sprayed some paint to mark the exact hole location. So that's where I'll try to get 4 bolts put through. And same thing on the other side. So next we'll drill those out on the drill press so they're straight. Find 4 bolts or thread all to put through there, and then secure it back to the car in a more permanent fashion, and then just build the rest of the tip over jig. So that's it for now. The sun's starting to go down. It's starting to get cold here. So see you next time. Okay, here's what we ended up with. I used an old 2x10 that I used for cement work. So it's got a little cement coating on it. But it's about 88.5 inches long. But it suits its purpose. I didn't have to use the other 2x4 in there because that gave me enough clearance to get this edge. So it's just over the edge there, but that'll make it a little more secure. The bottom plate things where the bumper stuck were not straight. So I ended up marking this bar like every 6 inches and measuring on both sides to try to get it as level as possible. And then I also took a measurement from the trunk lid to the board in several spots, and it was pretty close. So I think I got it straight as far as left and right on the car, horizontally, I guess you would call it. Now I'm just going to take the screws off of the back and the whole thing should drop out. Then I'm going to drill holes in it and put some bolts through it to hold it more securely. I also marked the backs of the holes with paint. I had some spray paint, and I sprayed, once I had the little plywood 3/4 boards up clamped in there, I sprayed the holes with white paint to mark their locations. So hopefully that comes out all right. So next I'm going to just unscrew it and drop the whole thing off. And then we're going to drill holes in the back of it and then remount it with bolts so it's very secure on there. Update in a bit.
All right. So Dave just kind of explained this.
And the clamp that you gave me came in clutch.
That was for the boat, wasn't it?
Are you recording?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna scuff this up a little bit and hit it with rust converter before we put the jig on. So we'll do that first, and then I'll finish up constructing the jig.
That is so clean still. I'm still just so impressed on that. I love those little brushes. I'm so glad I found mine.
Really good.
Is that the same one from the boat, or?
Yeah. Yeah, I think it is. Passenger side is still fighting me all the way. When I had the plate temporarily on there, all these screws came out, the wood screws, and these like all stuck. So I took a sledgehammer and smashed it off. And then I put the bolts in. All the bolts fit fine, except for this one here. It's the only one that caught.
Of course, I think that's the one that's kind of oddly shaped anyways, isn't it?
It is the weird one.
So you're just looking for rust here? Or?
I'm kind of smoothing out the surface. Seeing if I have any loose flakes that I need to... rust converter, but I haven't had much luck with it working that well. But I'll try it again here and see what happens.
I mean, we could always just do what Junkyard Diggs always does. I think he just used, tractor paint half the time?
Yeah, I'll probably use something like that, or I'll use my go-to, my Rust-Oleum Rusty Metal Primer.
I love that Rust-Oleum. It did wonders on the boat trailer. I still wish I would have had the foresight to record all that when I was working on the trailer.
I should do a comparison. I was gonna ask you which one to use. I got Rust Fix from Duplicolor, I guess it is Duplicolor, and then I got Iron Armor Rust Reformer. I think they're both the same, but we'll do a comparison.
Yeah, I was gonna say we thankfully have two sides here to kind of test it out.
So we're not spraying our electrical with flammable stuff.
Are you sure?
It's kind
should
of fun.
Should we turn on the torpedo heater real quick and then?
It's kind of fun.
I want the shaking.
I bought a paint shaker that goes on the reciprocating saw.
Nice.
I mean, it hasn't come in yet, but
I think I've seen one of those. It's just supposed to clip in, isn't it?
yeah, just like a blade. But then I bought it on Amazon, and they said, "Oh, it's toxic material, special handling required." I'm like, "What?"
Coming from
it
China?
says paint, yeah.
No, I'm surprised there isn't a marble on these.
Yeah.
Right, so this is the dupa color. What the?
It's got a...
Oh, it's got a... Oh, okay.
If I'm doing this all wrong, let me know in the comments.
Oh, wow. That is pungent. I thought it was going to spray out black. But I guess what it's supposed to do is heat up and turn black, isn't it?
Phosphoric acid in it. And it's supposed to convert the rust to iron phosphate. That's what turns black. But I've had, like I said, limited success with it turning black. But maybe today.
I mean, maybe since it's such heavy rust, maybe it'll want to.
You'll want to rust.
If you know what's good for you.
You want to convert. You want to.
I still think that the other stuff I was told about, I think it's like 151 or something like that. I got to look it up. Because I know they have like some like highly advanced, or well, not advanced, but like some...
151, isn't that rum?
That's probably. I forget what it's called. It's been like years since the person told me about it. All right, and this is the other one, right? The Iron Defender or whatever?
Yeah, this is from Harbor Freight. Whoops, going right towards you, Scott.
It's all right.
You got a nice contact eye.
I did that once. Got myself a chemical high. I mixed several different chemicals inside of the shower at my parents' place. And no one was there to tell me not to mix
for your
certain chemicals.
For your meth lab? You're doing a mini meth experiment there?
Pretty much. I tell you what, the shower came out nice and clean. I was higher than a kite, more than likely.
So your lungs, huh?
It's probably why I ever breathed so much. Probably killed my lungs during that.
Exactly.
How long do you think it'll take before it starts to want to convert? Do you think it takes like a day or two, or?
Yeah, it's supposed to happen in a few hours, but.
Oh, so we can get real-time footage of it almost. So, I mean, what time is it right now? 10:40.
Right, we'll try that.
All right. And we'll check back in a couple of hours, or whenever we start to see something going on, we'll come back and show you. And I'll go ahead and stop this right here. All right. As you can see, we're now starting to work on the tip-over jig here. But
just putting bracing between the 2x4s here.
Need me to open these, or?
No.
All right.
I don't need them.
Those are nice, though.
Don't need them right away.
Harbor Freight, or?
Yep. I was looking for a variety pack, and everyone just had like a couple like metal ones and a couple wooden ones, and then I was like, oh, I need mostly metal.
Yeah.
And this one was a little more expensive, but it's got like 12 blades in it. So it was like,
Hey, you know what? I should actually show this. I bet if there's anyone older watching, they'll love to see this.
yeah.
Let me grab the camera real quick. Whoop. So a family member that passed away a while ago gave my dad this, though it was my aunt's father, well, stepfather, technically speaking. He was a machinist. So he had all these specialized tools and whatnot. This was his drill press. Let's get in here. Made in Taiwan, but an AMT, American Machine Tool and Co. Inc.
Made in Taiwan.
There. So this is what he had in his personal workshop. And I forget how old he was. I want to say he lived until his 90s.
Yeah.
I'll have to double check that. His name was Seymour. He was a very, very nice guy. But this was sitting in my dad's garage for, like, since he had passed, basically. Well, maybe not since he passed. I can't remember if he got it right when he passed or if my cousin had it and then he was getting rid of it and my dad took it. But it was sitting in there. And now this one was Dave's. There's a little guy over here, the Black Bull. Also Harbor Freight, isn't it? Where'd you get that elsewhere?
What?
Your drill press, the Black Bull there. Was that Harbor Freight or?
No, I got it for like an anniversary gift at work.
And ooh, nice. But so this has a fluctuating head, so you can get multiple different angles, which is this over here. But my dad went to turn it on the other day. We were probably about a month ago now.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get the start, so he wanted me to look up a solenoid. I told him all he had to do was get the part number off of it and the make and model, and then just look it up. And I would look it up for him, but he never got it for me because he ended up giving it to Dave instead. And Dave brought it home and opened it up, and this was just filled with mouse nest to where it was a center one, right? Or was it this guy?
So I mean, the whole thing was filled, but the center one was locked up. The bearing in the center pulley was locked up.
I mean, as you can tell, like this one is still really corroded. But, I mean, that's mouse urine for you. But now it works. As you can tell, I just plugged it in. Where is
They're on the opposite side there, on the main. Yep.
On the main. Oh, right there.
One's the light and one's the...
Yeah. Switches. Let's see which one's which. So that one's the light, the first one there. Ooh. Oh, that's just a normal.
Exactly.
I didn't notice that. Wow. That sounds so good. That's so cool.
Yeah, I was gonna pop this on so we saw what it looks like.
And Dave's table saw. It's belt driven. Yeah, look at this. This thing is a monster.
Only go in one way.
So now it's like you guys in the comments could like if you guys know much about this one, you can tell us if it's actually a piece of crap or not. But we don't think it is. I mean, it has like this is nice. Like Seymour kept really good care of all of his tools and whatnot, as he would. I mean, most machinists do, but he made he made a lot of like his own specialty tools and everything. Seymour was a really, really good machinist. But yeah. Do we need it right now? No? Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. Just wanted to show you.
But yeah.
I got it running again.
All right, let's get you back up over here now. I don't think it would really matter.
No?
Nah.
Yeah, watch the rest of Junkyard Digs. Diablo's snowmobile.
This is just so nifty. And then have you seen his new one with Ezra? It's good. I love when Ezra is in his videos. I really do. I guess everyone's been asking where's Angus in all of his videos.
Yeah.
To where he addresses it in this video, and he was like, Angus was in like all of them.
Exactly.
And I was just kind of like, I was sitting there thinking towards like, has he? Because I think he wasn't in a couple of them, though I know he did make an appearance in a few of them. Because I need to watch Pole Barn. I haven't watched him in a little bit.
Yeah, I've been watching some of his stuff. I watched the Javelin that he was building for his son.
See, I think I started watching that one, but I stopped. No, I did watch all that one.
His son was doing a lot of the work, which was kind of cool, I thought.
I agree. But of course, I think that's one of the reasons why he got it. I think.
Yeah.
Was that a hawk screech?
Yeah, that was a hawk. They go after the songbirds at the feeder sometimes.
That's kind of cool. I don't think I've ever heard a hawk screech like that before. But no, I think that's one of the reasons why JD's been helping him for all those years. He's been having JD help him for so long.
Right.
That's one thing I wish I could have done. But I think I was in the wrong state. I think if we were still in Pennsylvania, Dad probably would have been helping Uncle Dan on a lot of the cars. But of course, then again, people change when they get older too. I think Dad was just getting tired of the physically demanding labor type of deal. So, I mean, he did cement work for quite a few years, I feel like. I don't know. I should ask him about his work history sometime, because it's like it sounds like he's had like several odd jobs, but then has like done so much. Like, I know he called it a cherry picker, but it was basically the like septic tank guy. I don't know why he called it a cherry picker.
I don't know.
It's Pennsylvaniaism. Pennsylvaniaism, that's what we'll call it.
Exactly.
Yeah, my family's originally from Western PA. So like near Erie, Pennsylvania, and like all that fun stuff. Shout out Slippery Rock University. If you know, you know.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, the good thing about editing is I can edit out some of this stuff if it just doesn't make any sense.
Exactly. Can you reach the...
Welcome. Oh, you don't want to use this also?
Hardly ever. Thing is a little bit violent.
Like that with a skill saw. I feel like skill saws get more violent. Such a tiny blade going through thick wood.
Exactly.
I mentioned earlier that your table saw there's belt driven. Are all of them belt driven?
Pretty much. Even that one of your dad's is belt driven. It's got a tiny little belt on the inside that's a pain in the ass to get to if you ever break it. Yeah. It's like enclosed in the...
Because it's like I said,
it's like underneath, because the motor's like right close to the blade, and then it's...
Well, it's like when I said it, I was making it sound like it's so old because it's belt driven, and it's like...
Yeah, they're all belt driven. Even the newer ones, yep.
It was like
that allows for like if the blade gets stuck, then you don't like jam up the motor.
Yeah. Oh, have you seen like a lot of the newer table saws to where it's like if anything like moisture, like that contains moisture gets near it, like the blade just sinks down right in. There's like people tested it with hot dogs. It's because they were like who trusted it enough to try and get their hand near there, because it's like if it's gonna cut something, you're gonna cut your thumb off or something. So they started getting hot dogs closer and closer, and right when it got like I don't know how close it got to the blade, but it got pretty close, and it just like it sounded like if it just destroyed the table saw, because it just like it's like the blade just collapses in and on itself, and like it's still spinning and whatnot. It's just below the table to not injure you. That's like
crazy.
I mean, about time. I mean,
yeah. You learn.
Yeah,
learn or you lose a digit. Like Rod.
Yeah. He lost his thumb too, didn't he? It was his big toe that was on?
No, it was one or two of his fingers, and then also part of his thumb that he cut the tips off of.
I could have sworn he said, well, I mean, that would be Rod to say that, but I remember at church, or when we were at a church dinner, I think he was out, like right before it was starting, he was out talking about how his thumb was his big toe.
Maybe.
Because he had cut off his thumb. I thought it was so cool. I was like, oh man, you cut off your thumb? That's sweet.
Now your toe is your thumb.
And now your toe is your thumb? Oh my God. So incredibly cool, man.
I didn't quite have enough on this one to like catch this, so I just put it up tight to the other one, so it should still act the same way.
I feel like it should. I don't see why not.
Not let it flex much, yeah. It's got support on the other side too. So.
Well, I mean, hey, if Bull Barn Garage's roof is still on there somehow, onto that one down in New Mexico,
let's not equate
I
this
think it'll be
carpentry
fine.
with his carpentry. Because they're two different things.
Just kidding, of course. But I mean, everyone has different levels of what they of what they're willing to.
He said he wasn't a
away with.
carpenter, so
Exactly. And I mean, and like you kind of said in there, it's good enough for him.
yeah.
if it breaks down, it breaks down. He'll just rebuild.
Put it back up.
No, I do like how they got someone in there to weld. I mean, I think all in all, he spent probably what, like $7,000 technically. So I think the containers were like 4 or 5,000, and then like he reused a lot of materials that he had there.
Yeah.
Wish we could get away with that here. I would just build something to store the boat over at the place. So I just really don't want the cats to get to it.
All right, this side's done. Right now, we gotta flip it back over, Scott.
Holy crap, we're at 23 minutes.
Clamp piece for support. Then I didn't go with the 3/4. I went with 1/2 inch because that's what I had. So I'm going to put a 1/2 inch on both sides, so it should be stronger. Then I'll add a few more support pieces in the curved part to give it a little more strength.
All right. Guess I'll just set you guys back down here, and hopefully you get a good show. If not, you can yell at me later. Here, I'm actually gonna stop you guys real quick and let me get back to working on it. I'll press play or record. All right, so we're back. Dave is just going to connect this board here to the top now. Do you need right where I'm at? Yep. He's going to be putting it right here. Well, you guys saw it on the diagram there. You guys can't read it, but that says pass. So just always remember, this too shall pass if you're going through anything.
Waiting for your dad to tell me something about the concrete dust when he gets here. This board was used for concrete.
Was it used at the church, or?
I don't know. Something I had.
I guess we'll find out when he gets here. I wonder if he was waiting for us to call him to let him know that I was here. Oh, well. I guess we'll find out if he shows up.
Pre-drill it just a touch and then it won't shift when I try to screw it down, hopefully.
Toenail on it, right?
Yep.
In case you guys don't know what a toenail or what toenailing it means. So you kind of go in at an angle here. And we'll do it on both sides. Technically, you want to make sure you're not. Whoop, sorry. You want to make sure you're not going to hit both nails in the center, but yeah, you kind of just do with what you can get away with at the time. So, and of course, after he toenails it, he's just gonna probably put something on each side to brace it, anyways. So. Sawdust came off the top of that.
I cut the top too, so
I know.
just probably why.
It was just kind of funny. Just so you know, I figured out why that said pass on this side. it just registered. This is the passenger side.
I thought you knew. That's why you were joking around.
Nope. I didn't know if it was like a pass-through.
I was going to put
or...
a D on it for drinker side, and then I figured, I'm going to get confused with the driver's side. Yeah. All right, we need to lay this down on the floor.
This one?
Yep. Your stool.
Hey, who put that chair there? All right, remember guys, if you're ever cold, go to the corner. It's always 90 degrees there. You should hear some of the ones I let out, or I do at work. They give me a lot of opportunities at work to do bad puns. Yeah, one of our coworkers brought in chili.
Yeah.
And our one dispatch person has kind of been she's kind of been in a foul mood. She's just ready for the transition to happen. And our one boss, or the one dispatcher, was out, so we had our boss in there, who very nice guy, but doesn't dispatch well sometimes. It makes sense what he's trying to do. Like when we get something, he just wants everything to kind of be done and over, or to be handed out, so he knows who's going where. But sometimes it's kind of like better to hold back on some of the things, because someone's just going to be coming back and he can send them out, so that way someone's always working. But he's kind of the opposite thought of like, well, if I give it to people now, they're working now, and I can continue to keep them working, but doesn't realize that one person ends up doing more than other people sometimes. So it just kind of sucks, but he means well. But she was sitting in there, and she was just kind of in a foul mood. Not necessarily because he was in there or anything, but just when your big boss is sitting there, you type of get a, or you time to you, yeah, English sucks. You get a little anxious. So she was sitting there just kind of looking like she wanted to go home. So I looked at her and I was just like, "Are you cold?" And she was like, "No, I'm not cold." I was like, "Are you sure?" And she was like, "Yeah, I'm not cold. Why would you even ask?" And I was like, "It's a little chilly in here." Yeah, it was great.
I want the edge to line up there. Does that have to come in this way?
Yeah, a little bit. I gotta get up here now.
Pretty good. Whoa!
Sorry.
Now it's good.
It's like, here, I'll put a clamp down for you. I wasn't expecting it to be like, whoop. I put my foot on it, guys.
Up this way a little. How are we?
Looks all right. What was this fuse for? So I wonder what the...
I made a big circle. I know I didn't have to go all the way, but I just made a big circle so I could cut the angle. But I just
Oh, gotcha.
did the whole board.
Oh, so is that what that was over there too?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. You found the switch. Ran into the table saw.
There's my other hammer. Good.
Sorry.
Clamp.
Foot clamp work or? Oh, look at the little clamp. Tractor Supply had a variety of clamps once. Like it was in a package. I was thinking about getting it, but then I was like, I don't need that many clamps. I don't even have a use for that many clamps.
Exactly.
I almost bought them still. It was one of those things like, well, I don't have a use for that many clamps now.
Pushing out the board.
Oh, am I? I'm sorry. Or are we too close to the holes there?
Yeah.
I'll just cut that section out.
Yep.
Excuse me. That's where the bolts are going to go through at. They're just a little too close for the washers and whatnot, so just going to create some room.
In the thing there,
In the
inside the car, there's a plastic bag with the bolts I'm going to use.
Whew. There we go. All right. I bet that's them right there, guys. Rear tip over, yep. Yeah.
Don't need that much.
Oh, not bad at all. Excuse me then. Oh. I didn't even need to do that side. I probably would just a little bit though. Maybe shave off just a little bit. Just in case that way it flexes, it's not damaging the board at all. Well, that's a 5.7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Since I was sitting here, I was just going like this and flipping over to it and be like, hey, look, a motor. Right. Put them back where you find them. It's the inside of the car. It's a little clamp. All right, I'm gonna stop this here, and I'll get back to you guys when we kind of got, when everything's kind of put together, we'll show you the ending product here, because I just don't want to have too long of a video. All right, giving a slight update here, guys. So the spray didn't really do much, but come to find out, we think it might just be too cold out. Currently it's like 46 degrees. From what the thermometer I found says, it's 40 inside the barn. We at least need this to be 50 to 80 degrees out in order for the sprays to work. I mean, the one doesn't really say if it needs the temperature to be right, or like a temperature at all. So we're not entirely sure. So we're just not sure what we're gonna do. But Dave got the other side of this connected. We also put in a support brace along here. But I think we're getting ready to attach this to the car, right?
Yep.
And then
Ready to put her on.
while he was getting that done, I was over here with our bolts that we're going to use. And I was just snugging them down. He used all thread, so he made these washers. And I was just snugging the bolts down with this. So hopefully, instead of using carriage bolts, that's what we ended up having this deal on the back of the bumper there. And we just kind of get them to function correctly. That's what we got stuck on, that one bolt. And that just kept spinning. It was a carriage bolt. So he opted to use this instead in hopes that it won't just spin. But we got quite a bit of stuff here. But I'm going to put this down. I'm going to help Dave get this attached, and I will, well, I'll show you once it's attached. Stay tuned. All right, there we go. All right, so we're getting ready to attach this here, guys. I just want to give you a small, or make sure you're able to see. All right. Make sure the wire harness is out of the way there. All right, so how do we...
All right, we'll lift it on. I can't like put it quite all the way in because I can't get the bolt started if it's pushed in too far.
Okay.
So we'll just kind of get it halfway in there and see if I can get the nut started on the other end.
Okay.
Then when I'm ready, you can snug it up, but not super tight with the impact.
Right.
Oh, you can do this all by yourself, Scott?
Awesome. Maybe. That's what else. I was wondering if I could get it somewhat to be... So I got... There we go.
Yeah, right about there.
Yep, I'm just...
Steady it.
Yep. I'm just trying to... Can you lift this out a little bit? I just want to see if I can't. There we go. Perfect. Yeah. There we go. Okay. I think I may have went a little too far in on that side, but I think we're good. Big boy impact. Love this thing. Best thing my wife ever bought me for a birthday present. This impact. She's bought me a lot of fun stuff. Don't get me wrong. This is just by far probably the most useful. I've gotten more use out of this than some of the other stuff that she's given me. Not that I don't use the other stuff too. It's just this one has been a lifesaver. She's bought me a lot of fishing stuff too. I just haven't been able to go fishing yet all that much. I'm waiting for the boat. Whoop. There's that socket. Ugh, put you in my pouch here. Whoop. I got it. You got it? All right.
Can you hold that?
Yeah, one sec.
That bolt there, the second one from outside here. Just hold it so it doesn't spin.
Yep, you're good.
Can't get my damn hand in there.
I was trying to figure out how to hold it, and then I was like, oh, well, I have an impact here with a I can just hold it with that.
Okay.
Excuse me.
The easy one on.
Going to the first one?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna hold that one too. Hey, you know what? I think it did turn a couple of areas, Dave.
Yeah?
Some of the smaller areas, so maybe it'll do it over time if it starts getting heated up.
Yeah.
Since it's closer to the sun, maybe it'll start heating up in here a little bit. Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
I think we might be running into an issue.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think either of us thought of it. You know the one part that we were wondering if we should cut off?
Yeah.
I think it's going to hit the back support here where the rail where the tail lights sit in.
Really?
Yeah. I think the brace would have hit it anyways, but I guess when you get out and take a look at it and see if it's an issue or not.
I dropped my nut and I have no idea where it went.
I didn't even hear it.
Because it didn't fall out.
Well, that's good. At least it makes it easier to find.
in here somewhere. Huh. That's weird. Huh. Where's it hitting?
Well, just along the rail here. If we go to cinch that down, I'm just afraid we're gonna bend it. Like I said, I think this center support would have ran into it regardless. So I don't know if we just cinch it down enough to make it be okay, and hopefully it doesn't rotate any, or we have to go back to the drawing board. I mean, on the bright side, this side's fine.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. Always here to help.
They just notch it.
Maybe. Because, I mean, how much further does it keep going? It doesn't go very far.
I don't know why I'm holding the light. It's not on.
Oh.
Oh, that part's not into the... I don't mind cutting the plywood, but it's the...
Yeah, it's the main support. That's why it's like I was looking at it to where it's like if it's fine after that from just the plywood cut, it wouldn't be an issue, but I'm pretty sure it goes a little bit into that fender, unless this is flexible enough that we can just kind of bend it out of the way, but it doesn't feel it. All right, we'll be back, guys, once we figure this out.
Too bad you didn't have a guy that size.
Well, since we're taking an intermission here and our bolt's not wanting to cooperate, let's show you what we got. So we ended up taking a notch out of the side over here. I just closing this up. So notch here. We're gonna run another 2x4 along the side here just to shore up to make sure this lateral support's fine. But so we got these two bolts in. They're snug down. We got this bolt snug down. I forgot to hit record, of course, because we were just in the process of making sure everything was done. So we had to move the support that was here. So they were kind of in line here, but the bottom cinder block was preventing us from going flush with the tip over here. So so Dave grabbed the floor jack, which I don't know, you might be able to see it right there, and just moved that stuff back there. But we are now working on this side here, and that's when I realized I forgot to hit record. But so far, that's what it's looking like. I think soon we'll be able to take out the back support there and set it down, though, but I'm not sure about that. I don't know if this is going to be able to support the whole car weight, or I mean, it should. I feel like it should, seeing how that's what we're intending it to do. But Yeah. Then Dave's just working on getting that bolt to work over there so we can zip it in. Yeah, this was our big project for the day. I'm not sure what we're doing after this. I don't know if we're going to clean around the side here to get to the front so we can do it to the front or what. So I'm going to go ahead and stop it here. And then when we figure out what we're doing next, I'll start recording. Bye. All right, so this is where we're at right now, guys. So I had to run my dad home. So he came to drop his car off for me because my car is well, it's not dead, but it's dead. So Dave got the bottom 2 bolts in over here, got the one over here, and he was working on this bolt when I came in. So this is just currently where we're at, and then after we're done here is where we're going to end it. So I'll just go ahead and set you guys up, and hopefully I can get you an angle so you can see what's going on as we get this attached.
Yeah, back it off just a little bit. How much room
Okay.
is that? Back it off just a little
That could be pushed in some.
Tap it in with a hammer.
That didn't work. Oh, damn. It's the floppy handle. I forgot about that one having a floppy handle. No. Oh, now it is, of course. The moment I take it off of it. All right, you ready?
Go to the top one there.
Is it the same one? No, it's not. Whoops. All right, ready?
Yep.
Too much or more?
That's good for that.
Good. And the other last stop one. Oh yeah, he is super loose.
Okay.
I had to be careful there. I was starting to flex my wrist. The bottom one? Bottom or top?
Yeah, bottom.
Bottom? Okay. Sorry.
See, make sure it's so tight.
Yeah. Seam tight. Are you flipping to the other side now, or?
Oh yeah.
All right. move you guys again. Oop.
Chest is vibrating.
Phone call. Ow.
Hello? Yes, what are you doing? Working on the Camaro. You got a helper? Yeah. How long are you gonna work? We're just about done. Because I just realized today is like the 28th of February. Yeah. And I still have $80 worth of vouchers that are clear, so I wonder if you'd want to go to the lake house for dinner. Sure. Nice day. All right, well, that's why I wanted to let you know. We won't be leaving too late. Yeah, we just got, hopefully not too long. We just gotta tighten up a few bolts. And Scott's leaving. Kim was here, but Scott has his vehicle now. How does that work? Scott overpowered him. You know, that's the way the wolf pack goes. When you get too old and feeble, the younger wolves kill you and take your vehicle. I know. I have to entertain myself. Yep, that's what we're here for, entertainment value. All right, love you too. Bye.
I was going to say, don't worry, I'm going to edit out this conversation, but now I don't know if I want to.
Oh, my.
Are we going to do the bottom ones first, or?
Yeah, I can get them started.
All right, let me switch sockets. Yeah, if anyone's watching, has worked on one of these third gen Camaros before, Dave's interested in maybe changing out these old style lights here to LEDs.
What thread does that other bottom one have on it?
The one that we haven't done yet?
Yeah.
None.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not sticking out very much, to where it's like it's almost flush. So yeah, so he's looking at updating these to LED, but he doesn't know if we found a bulb that was just like an LED bulb. We're thinking about possibly that, because that was a cheaper option than the $300 one just for a special LED patch, it looked like, that you just put in. But if anyone has recommendations, drop down in the comments below. We would love to see them. So I mean, I'm going to be looking up on Google and whatnot too to see if there's any other good options. But if anyone has practical experience using something, that would be nice to know.
Swivel already.
Hit him on the swivel, doesn't want to swivel. Switching to the top.
Inside one on the top.
Oh, come on. There we go. All right, ready? Ready?
Yep. Good.
Yeah, unless you want me to keep going. I'm trying not to go too much into it. Oops. Ready?
Yeah, just turn it a little bit. All right, go ahead.
Keep going?
Yep.
Okay. Ooh. Sorry. Yeah. I didn't mean to go to go that much.
No,
Kind of got away from me there.
so everything's tight except that one bottom one, right?
Yep. As far as I can tell, anyways. So I feel like it would keep going regardless if I wanted it to. So
Well, it doesn't have to be snug. It don't have to be super tight.
exactly. That's why it's like I'm trying to be cautious over it, so it's not like just warping the the body in there. So right. On to that one, or are we calling it for now? I didn't know if you were just gonna leave that one for another time, or
I'm gonna drop it on the supports here.
then get
And I'll
underneath
be
it.
able to get to it. Otherwise, I'd have to turn the wrench like 1/16 of a turn. 1/16 of a turn.
Sometimes you get that in these jobs, you know.
Yeah, it's got 3 bolts in it. It's gonna hold.
But that's what I meant to say is you get that in those foreign jobs sometimes. Dave's gonna drop it onto our supports here. I didn't know we were doing that. This is exciting. Big excitement.
Some accomplishment for today.
So clearly, or what he's going to do, so he'll jack this side up. He'll knock out the supports here. This side will rest down on here. And then same thing to over there. Which I'm sure you already guessed. But oop, hold on, Dave. Okay.
There.
Yep. Huh.
Yeah. Oh.
Is it because the other side is still has the support, or?
I'm on the deck.
Yeah, that'll do it.
I remember putting that there so it wouldn't shift and fall on me.
Probably gonna have to trim some of this video down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I could just leave it as just a long video, but
Ow.
you all right?
Saw a jack the other day. It was a Sears jack. It had like a little bar on it,
Mhm.
where it was like a quick jack thing. So you just like a little lever. So you just jack it up on the little lever till you got resistance. Then you could use the bigger.
Interesting.
I was like, that's a genius idea. There now?
Yep. I think it's being held up by this other side now. It's just barely, barely not down.
That's rather anticlimactic.
Yeah, it happens. All right, I'm gonna stop it here, guys. We're just gonna finish up dropping this side, and then I'll come back, do an outro with all this being done. See you shortly. All right, there you have it, guys. Fully supported by the tip over jig here. It's fully seated, as you can see, on the ground. But yeah. But with that, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Both got stuff to do. Y'all have a good weekend, and see you next time.